Human life is characterized by 8 kinds of suffering. The suffering of birth, aging, illness, death. The suffering of not getting what one desires. The suffering of being with those one hates. The suffering of parting from those one loves. And the suffering arising from the flourishing of the 5 aggregates. The first 4, birth, aging, illness, and death, are primarily physical sufferings. The latter 4 are mainly mental or emotional sufferings. The suffering from the flourishing of the 5 aggregates refers to the torment one feels when full of vitality and strength, but having nothing meaningful to do. The psychological sufferings, such as not getting what one seeks, being forced to meet those one dislikes, parting from loved ones, etc., can become severe, manifesting as restlessness, depression, uncontrollable anger, obsessive attachment, overwhelming grief, anxiety, or inability to let go. These may lead to various mental disorders, such as depression, obsessive-compulsive disorder, or autism-like withdrawal. Buddhism teaches that without suffering, there can be no happiness. What we call happiness is merely the temporary easing or disappearance of suffering. In other words, aside from the brief relief or cessation of pain, there is no separate or independent feeling of joy. Some may say, but when suffering subsides, won't we experience comfort, ease, and peace? In truth, comfort is essentially the temporary easing of discomfort or pain. Ease is the temporary relief from heaviness or oppression. Peace is the temporary absence of tension or fear. Therefore, all pleasant sensations, comfort, joy, relaxation, peace, are merely feelings that arise from the temporary relief of various degrees and kinds of suffering. There is no independent pleasure apart from that. For example, take smoking. For a smoker, craving cigarettes is suffering. Smoking brings a brief sense of pleasure, but over time the craving intensifies, and the resulting physical and mental suffering and affliction multiply. In fact, all forms of human craving, whether emotional attachment or physical desire, if pursued and indulged without restraint, without gradual reduction or eventual renunciation, will bring endless suffering and affliction. After death, such indulgence can even lead one to be reborn into the 3 lower realms, where one must endure far greater and longer lasting pain and torment.